Alex, thanks for joining me today. We have lots to talk about. Let's start with, tell me all about the recent acting you've been doing, because you've been on some TV, some independent film. Tell me what's going on.
The first one would be tomorrow. I'm actually on TV, CBS, 10 o'clock, Bull.
The show Bull?
The show Bull.
Tell me about that.
So the show centers around the character of Jason Bull. That's Michael Weatherly, formerly of NCIS, now on this show that they built around him. And he is a jury consultant. It's actually based off of the life of Dr. Phil McGraw, you know, the Dr. Phil show. I play a juror, so one of the folks, and it was great because it's a full week of work as opposed to just one day. It was an interesting way about it. I auditioned a bunch of times for the show, and then I got called to do this without an audition, strangely enough. They just called me and said, hey, are you available between this day and this date? I said yes, and they said, great, you're on the show. So that was fun.
Your previous auditions had sort of set you up for this, and they knew, hey, wow, you're the fit?
I believe that. I believe that. I think they needed to find some comfort around my performances, see what I could do, what I couldn't do, and they saw a good slot there, so they said, hey, you're our boy.
Nice. Tell me a little bit about what that experience is like. You know,
Sure.
what's your call time, and like walk me through the whole, you know, the experience of shooting on a major show like that.
When you're doing a show like that, they're mostly in Brooklyn or Queens. You know, you drive past these places, and it's very strange because from the outside, it's a warehouse. And then you go in and everything's state of the art.
How many people are on set? Like, is this like 20 people, 100 people?
It's closer to the 100 mark, easily, even on a regular day when there's not much going on, because you're factoring in the actual cast itself, the core cast, which really they only had about two. It was Jason Bull himself and Benny Colon, the character of Benny Colon, played by Freddie Rodriguez.
Meaning in the scene that you were in?
In the scene that I was in.
And were you in multiple scenes?
Yes, but they all took place in the same location, in the courtroom.
Right, and I'm sorry to interrupt about this, but the warehouse, the location you were talking about, is there just one set built in there, or are there multiple rooms that they were using?
I think the main set, there may be a smaller set associated on that property, but there is just the main set, the courtroom, because they use the courtroom so much on the show, they've dedicated quite a bit of area to literally build a sizable courtroom. So with actual full seating for audience in the back in the gallery and so on and so forth. So
when you're on set, is it being processed where you're having direct interaction on set with the leads, or are they just gone and they're just doing ISOs and setups with you as the jurors? How did that all go?
In this particular scene that I had, the character of Jason Bull, so Michael Weatherly's character, he is a little bit more kind of on his own, because half the time he's talking into an earpiece. Since he's a jury consultant, he's trying to figure out if a jury member is going to be good or not, and he's always relaying back to his home base about it. So he's a little bit more isolated in that respect, whereas the Benny Colon character, who's a lawyer, is literally talking to the jurors. So I had direct contact, and we had a wonderful back and forth, he and I, while we were on the show. So that was very gratifying as an actor to be able to act with somebody who's one of the leads on the show.
So you've got a couple independent films this year at the Garden State Film Festival. Tell me about that.
Garden State Film Festival is, and I'm proud to be a part of it, is probably the biggest festival in New Jersey right now. I would say it's the one. I mean, Montclair is certainly there, and it's also a huge piece of it. But focusing on Garden State, they get a lot of public funds from the state of New Jersey. One of the New Jersey film commissioners is actually on their board, David Schoner, who's a good friend of mine.
Friend of the show here.
He's friend of the show, yes,
times.
Absolutely. And I know actually quite a few folks on the board, Lauren Conker, Heather O'Scanlan, just wonderful people all. I'm proud to say that we have two different projects in the festival this year. Mercs, which is one. It's about 7-8 minutes short film, more action oriented. I play a bad guy who's got sort of grenade burns on half his face. It's quite gruesome. And it was a lot of fun. I love playing villains. It's always a lot of fun. And Strangely enough, I play a psycho in the other film, so I'm real wheelhouse roles here.
Yeah. And then a juror on CBS.
And then the juror, so yes.
To see where this is going.
Clearly, Jason Bull looked at me and said, that guy, that's a
the
face.
guy with the burnt face.
Yeah,
Let's get him
that
as a
guy,
juror.
I could see him just voting innocent the whole time. But so the other one's called Crazy for the Blonde. It's dueling serial killers going after the same victim. It's a dark comedy. It's a sort of a Felix and Oscar odd couple type of thing. I play the very kind of buttoned up Felix-esque serial killer, and Mike Funk, excellent actor and a good friend, plays the Oscar-style serial killer. So,
tell me about your involvement with the Paterson Film Commission.
So my involvement is I am a film commissioner among the, I would say there's a good portion of them now, about 10 to 12 of the main body of the actual film commission, folks, what we call the steering committee. Folks who really focus on trying to make it easy and user-friendly to film in Paterson, New Jersey. Paterson is, I think it's got over 70 different ethnicities that all live within the city of Paterson. It's got a fantastic history. Alexander Hamilton wanted it to be the U.S. capital. So, it's got the Paterson Falls, so you've got a waterfall, which what other state can really boast that on many levels?
It's a big waterfall.
It's a big waterfall. You've got obviously post-industrial. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of what we call urban settings. There's great schools. There's old buildings. There's mansions. There's absolutely everything you could want to film in one city we have in Paterson.
What's the future hold for you? What do you got in the pipeline?
I'm working on a feature film. Currently, we're at the treatment stage of it. My collaborator, Corden Wagner, which was also on our podcast, is interested in kind of doing a feature film. I'm interested in doing a feature film, so we thought we'd kind of do it together. We have this great idea about infomercials. So it's a cross between Thank You for Smoking and Joy.
Got it.
So it's a lot of fun. I'm continuing to audition. Blacklist seems to be a little bit interested these days. I've had several interviews with them, which has been great. So we'll see.
Well, we'll have to have you back to do some podcasting with us.
I'd love to do that, sure, anytime.
Maybe you'll come in and do a little hosting. Maybe we'll do another show here on TAPintoTV. We'd love to have you.
I'm always available. Thank you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, my friend.